This video is for writing an equation of a line that contains a given point. So there's our point and there's our equation, and it has to be perpendicular to the given line or the given equation. So now we're going to create an equation that goes through this point and it has to be perpendicular to the other line. So the first thing we need to talk about is what's perpendicular. Perpendicular is where you have one line, alright, and then you have another line that intersects that line or touches it at a 90-degree angle. So these would be perpendicular lines, and it could be something like this. Those are perpendicular lines. Anytime it makes a 90-degree angle, two lines together, it is perpendicular. If you notice the two lines, they are going in opposite directions. So one's going up, the other one's going down. All right. So there's one thing that you kind of need to know. So with perpendicular lines, their slopes are the opposite and perpendicular, or the reciprocal of each other. So if I have 4 and I want the perpendicular of that slope, I'd pretend like it would be negative now because the first one was positive. And instead of 4, we're going to pretend there's 1 there, and we'll make it 1 over 4. So my perpendicular slope would be negative 1/4 if the slope was 4 at the beginning. If I had 5, 6, and I wanted perpendicular, then or negative 5, 6, so we can do a little different. We would say plus 6 over 5. We do the reciprocal. We'd flip it. That's basically what we do. We just flip it and change the sign to its opposite. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I already have my point, and I already got my, I'm going to go ahead and use the equation again, the point slope formula. Point slope formula. Alright, so I already know that this is my x and this is my y, so I'm going to go ahead and fill those in. My slope, let's talk about my slope. My slope now is a negative 2/3. Remember, the slope's in front of the x. I want it perpendicular, so that means it's going to be a positive, and we're going to flip it, so it's going to be positive 3/2, or what we could say 1.5. And 1.5 will work if we want to use 1.5. And then we're going to put in 4, negative 4 for our x value. So I'm going to clean this up. Now I'm going to distribute 1.5 to both of these. I went ahead and changed the 1.5 back to a fraction, which is 3/2 x. Alright, and 1.45 plus 4 is 6. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And so my final answer is y equals 3/2 x plus 8. And this will be perpendicular to the original equation that we had before.